welcome to my channel. Today I have another theatre vlog for you. So tonight I'm off to the press night of Murder in the Dark at the Lowry. I'm going with my mum this evening. She likes that sort of thing, so this is sort of like a ghost story, sort of psychological thriller. Don't know too much about it, but I'm really looking forward to it because I like that sort of play. And it should be a good night. Tonight we're sat in the stalls. We're on row P, seats 26 and 27. Not sure what the view's like from there. I'm sure we've sat there before, but obviously I'll show you the view from our seat when we get there. So obviously I'll show you around the theatre, show you what the set looks like, show you what the view from our seats like, and then obviously I'll do a full review of the show when I get home as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this little vlog and review video. So we just arrived at Lowry. Dad actually dropped us off here because the bridge is still closed over here, so you can't actually walk across the bridge. It's closed all week, so Dad dropped us off. So yeah, we're gonna head in now and look at our programme. Okay, so we're just inside the theatre now. I've just collected my programme from the press desk. Got a wristband for a drink at the interval. Not sure what door we're in today. I need to check the ticket and see. But we are in the stalls. Okay, so we are in door A. Okay, so we are on row P, seat 26 and 27. Yeah, we're in the middle. Okay, so we're now in our seats. I'm on row P, seat 27. So I'll just quickly show you the view. You can't see the stage with the curtains down. Just quickly show you the view from our seats. Okay, so this is the view from our seats. It's going to start soon, so I will give you an update in the interval. So it's now the interval. I'm enjoying it. It's a little bit slow. It's taken a while to get into, but something interesting happened just before the interval, so we'll see how it develops in the second act. But yeah, it was a little bit slow, but I think it might pick up in the second act, because I remember when I saw 222, it was really slow in the first half and it picked up in the second half, and it's similar, it reminds me a bit of that, so we'll see what it's like in the second act. But just got a drink, just got an orange juice, Mum's got a wine, so we're just reading through the programme, so I'll get back to you and let you know what we think at the end of the show. So the show's just finished now. The second act was really good. Really enjoyed the second act. Like I said, I probably thought it would pick up in the second act. First act is setting it all up, but yeah, really enjoyed it. It was really good. So it is now the next day, so I thought I'd give you a quick review on Murder in the Dark. So I went to the press night of Murder in the Dark at the Lowry on Tuesday the 23rd of January. Went to an evening performance which started at 7:30. The runtime for the show is 1 hour and 50 minutes with a 20-minute interval, and for this show we were sat in the stalls. We were sat on row P, seats 26 and 27. I was sat in seat 27, and I have to say that's probably the worst row I think I've ever sat in on the Lowry, because for some reason the seats on that row aren't offset. All the other rows in the Lowry are offset, so you'll be sat and the person and the seats in front of you are either side of you, so you could see through the middle, where these ones you were sat and the seat on the next row was directly in front of you. So you literally had someone's big head right in front of your view, so your view wasn't very good. That's the only row in the Lowry that I looked at afterwards, and that's the only row where that seems to happen. So I don't know why that row is like that, because every other seat I've ever sat in the Lowry has not been like that. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend sitting on row P, because literally I was like this to see what was happening on stage. I couldn't see anything that was on in the middle. I could only see like what was going on at the side. So yeah, it wasn't the best seats. So I'd probably avoid row P if you can. So there was no merch for this show, but there was a programme, and the programmes were £5. I'll go through this a bit later. I'm sorry if you can hear any noise in the background. My little boy's off school today, so I'm going to have to do this while he's at home, so you might hear him playing in the background, but hopefully it won't be too noisy. So if you don't know anything about Murder in the Dark, it is a stage play written by Torben Betts, directed by Philip Franks, and produced by the award-winning Original Theatre. The play actually premiered back in September 2023 at the Churchill Theatre in Bromley, and it is currently touring the UK on its first UK tour. So the play is sort of like a ghost story turned psychological thriller, and it tells the story of Danny Sierra, a former boy band star who crashes his car in the middle of nowhere on New Year's Eve as he and his family are driving back from his mother's funeral. So his family consists of his girlfriend Sarah, his ex-wife, his brother and his son. Lucky for them, when they crash, a local lady called Mrs. Bateman happened to be passing by, and she offers to put them up for the night in her barn conversion. The accommodation is basic, and the electrics in there are faulty. Things keep turning off and on randomly, the lights keep going out, and it has a very spooky sort of feel to it. So the first act I did find a little bit slow, but they were setting up the story and setting up the characters, but it was interesting. Something does happen at the end of Act 1, which sort of has you gripped and really wanting to come back and see what's going to happen in Act 2. Act 2 was really good. It really had me gripped and on the edge of my seat for most of the act. Act 2 is definitely where all the action seems to happen, and the more like spooky and sort of things seem to happen in Act 2. So the programme asks not to give any spoilers away on the story, but what I can say is there are a few twists in the story which happen in Act 2, and you may not see them coming. And yeah, like I said, Act 2 definitely had me gripped. So yeah, I really enjoyed this story. It did remind me a little bit of 222. I mean, the story's completely different, but sort of the feel of the show. However, I enjoyed this much more than 222, A Ghost Story. I thought this was really good. I just found the story a bit more engaging and a bit more interesting. So I really enjoyed the story of this. I thought it was very, very good. There was a few jump scares in it. They used some shadows and stuff to give you some jump scares, and I thought it was really good. The set was good as well. The set was made obviously to look like this old barn conversion. It had like a Christmas tree in the corner, and it had a TV, and the lights on the tree would flicker and come on off and on randomly, and so would the telly. And yeah, I thought the set was good. It was pretty much a static set, a few things wheeled on and off. It's pretty much static, and they used sort of the lighting really well to create shadows and to help with the jump scares. So I thought the lighting and the set worked well together to create the atmosphere. Also the music which was used was also good and helped create that sort of spooky atmosphere as well. So I really enjoyed all that. So the play has a cast of 6 people. So there is Danny, Sierra, his girlfriend Sarah, his ex-wife, his brother, his son, and Mrs. Bateman. And the cast were all excellent. They all gave excellent performances. So the standout performer for me was definitely Susie Blake, who played Mrs. Bateman. She was so funny. Her character does have some good one-liners, and her comic timing was excellent. She really played that role really well, and made it unique as well. I just thought she did an excellent job, and her facial expressions as well was what made it really funny. And yeah, I thought she was definitely the standout performer of the night. Also Tom Chambers as Danny, he also did a really good job. His character is on stage for pretty much the whole of the show, so yeah, I thought he did a really good job as well. And the whole cast were really good. They all did a really good job, but definitely Susie Blake as Mrs. Bateman was probably my favourite, just because she was so funny and she did a really good job. So now is probably a good time to actually go through the programme. I can show you the other cast members and just have a look what's in here. Okay, so here is the programme for Murder in the Dark. So these haven't been produced by the Lowry, these are like their own programmes, so it doesn't like have the Lowry logo or anything in it, and I don't think it'll have any Lowry advertisements in it, because they've not had anything to do with the programme. So on the front page here you've got some rehearsal shots. There we go. And then it tells you about spread the word but not the spoilers. It says, once you've experienced Murder in the Dark, you'll know all the many twists and turns new audiences have in store for them. Help us keep them in the dark by protecting the secrets in your online posts. And then it tells you what hashtags to use and stuff. So that's the first page. And then it has some director's notes, some notes from the director, and some more nice rehearsal shots. And then it's got here an interview with Torben Betts, who was the writer of the play. So here we have an interview with Max Pappenheim, who is the sound designer and composer. Then here we have the cast list, which is in alphabetical order. So we have Susie Blake as Mrs. Bateman, Tom Chambers as Danny, Rebecca Charles as Rebecca. Rebecca is his ex-wife. Johnny Green as Jake, Owen Oakshott as William, Laura White as Sarah, Sasha Brooks is the understudy, and Cameron Faulkner is also an understudy. And you have your creative team, production team, and here you have your cast biographies. So here we have Susie Blake, who was playing Mrs. Bateman. Like I said, she was absolutely fantastic. Comic timing was excellent. Her facial expressions were hilarious, and I just thought she played the character really well. She made us sort of kooky and a little bit creepy, and yeah, I just thought she did a great job on the character. So it says her theatre credits include Fisherman's Friend, the musical. She's been in My Fair Lady. Some of us do have them, and then lots and lots of things. She's been in a lot of things. She's also done some television work. She's played which include Silky Hotel on the BBC, Kate and Kojai, So yeah, she's done a lot of television work as well. Then we had Tom Chambers, who played Danny. It says he is known for his role as Sam Strachan in Holby City and Casualty. He's also known as Max Taylor in the drama series Waterloo Road and Inspector Sullivan in Father Brown. So those are some of his television credits. His theatre credits include Dial M for Murder, Crazy for You, Stepping Out and Private Lives. So those are some things that he has done. We then had Rebecca Charles, who was playing Rebecca, who was Danny's ex-wife. Her theatre credits include A Game Called Malice, The Dresser, The Gift, Abigail's Party, An Ideal Husband, and those are just some things that she's done. We then had Johnny Green, who was playing Jake, who was Danny's son. His theatre credits include Digging Deep and The London Cuckolds, and that's what he's done. His television credits include It's a Sin, White Lines, and Casualty and Doctors. We then had Owen Oakeshott, who played William, who was Danny's brother. He has been in Witness for the Prosecution, Taming of the Shrew, A Midsummer's Night's Dream, and a few other things. And then his television credits include House of the Dragon, Outlander, You, Me and Them, Doctors, Bad Girls. So there's some things that he has done. We then had Lauren White, who was playing Danny's girlfriend Sarah. Her theatre credits include Homegirl, The Play That Goes Wrong, Contact, and television credits include Silent Witness, Doctors, Big Age and Lazy Susan. We then had Sasha Brooks, who was an understudy, so I didn't see her perform. So she hasn't done any professional theatre shows, but she just tells you some shows that she's done whilst training. We then have Cameron Faulkner, who was also a understudy, and this is his professional debut. So that's all the cast. And then you've got your creative team's biographies. And it's got some information about Original Theatre, who are the company that produced the show. So there's some information on them. And then it shows some of the other shows that Original Theatre have done. So you've got The Hound of the Bakersvilles, you've got Stumped, The End of the Night, Mr. Wickham, The Shape of Things, Apollo 13, Splinter of Ice, The Haunting of Alice Bowles, and obviously The Time Machine. It's saying that you can, it says if you become a member for $8.99 a month or rent from $5.99, you can stream these shows. Most talks about Trafalgar Theatre Productions and Jar Theatricals, and that is the programme, and you've got the Original Theatre logo there. So yeah, it's a nice little programme. There's quite a lot of information in there, and that was just £5. So overall, I thought Murder in the Dark was a great show. I really enjoyed it. I did, like I said, whilst there, I did find the first act a little bit slow, but it was still enjoyable, but it really picked up the pace in the second act, and the second act just had me gripped. I was on the edge of my seat. Really enjoyed the second act, and I really loved the twists and turns that this story took as well. So I would give this show 4 stars. I did really enjoy it, and this is probably out of all the plays that I've seen of this genre, this one's definitely my favourite one. Definitely recommend it. I think it is currently touring, so I will probably link down below where you can get tickets for the Lowry shows, but I'll also link down below Original Theatre's official website, and on there it should link all the venues that the show is going to be touring to. Yeah, but I just really enjoyed the show. Like I said, it's a little bit spooky. There's a few jump scares in there. There's lots of twists and turns. And it's also a bit humorous as well. There's also quite a bit of humour in there. Like I said, the Mrs. Bateman character is hilarious. She's really funny. And it's just a thoroughly enjoyable show. It's not too scary, so don't worry if you don't like scary things. It's not too scary. Like I said, it's got the humour in there as well, so it's well balanced with the humour and the scariness. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it, and so did my mum. My mum really enjoyed it as well, and I definitely recommend the show. So I hope you've enjoyed this little theatre vlog and review. If you do enjoy theatre vlogs and reviews, then do consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell, and you'll be notified as soon as a new video go up. I do have a few videos to go up. I'm going to go and see The Time Machine today, so that video will be going up very soon. So if you'd like to see that, like I said, do subscribe and hit the notification bell. Be notified as soon as that one goes up. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.